My name's Mark, and we live in Chailey, my family and I, and we bought this house 18 months ago, and when we bought it we actually brought Paul with us to see the house because he'd done some work on our previous property and we knew that there was going to be some renovation work required on this property. So he came with us to check out the property and give us some advice actually before we signed on the dotted line. There was electrics, plumbing, just a lot of the sort of boring stuff which you don't see, but also a little bit of layout work that we needed to be renovated. So we were actually very excited about the prospect. The great thing about Paul is that he's a very family-orientated person, very courteous and very knowledgeable. He comes into a project with a brief from the client, myself in this case, and he will advise, and when problems occur, as they always do on building projects, he's very quick to come up with solutions that fit with our desires and our budget. The reason why we were particularly pleased with using Paul was that he is very tidy. When we were living in the house for the previous job, he made sure that everything was completely clear at the end of each day so that we could carry on living there. And for this job, actually for part of it, he said, look, it's going to be so busy, it'd be great if you could clear out for a month. And that actually was great advice and meant that he could get on with the project without us disturbing him. He's very friendly, he's a pleasure to have around. I think now that we've had the work done on the house, we feel very comfortable in the house. It's actually, in many aspects, has turned out far better than we had hoped, partly due to the design that Paul undertook, and also the standard of the finish in the bathrooms and the kitchens is just of such a high standard. So we're very happy here, and it's great to be settled in a new home. A lot of the time when we were having the work done, I was actually working abroad, so it was potentially difficult to keep in touch with the project. The great thing was that Paul was always very keen to be in touch by email and Skype when possible, and because I was in New Zealand there was a huge time difference as well. So he was always kept me in touch with any developments, any problems that he encountered, any potential budget issues. These were all dealt with as and when they happened, which was great. We're delighted with what we've achieved on this property in terms of what we spent and what the house is now worth, and actually just more than that, what it means to us to be living in a house which has turned out the way we wanted it to, perhaps better even. I'm very happy to recommend Paul and his InsideOut team for people that want to have renovations done to their house or work done in their garden. He comes up with lots of ideas, he knows a lot about a lot of things, and he will come up with a plan and a budget which is not set in stone. It's a starting point which will allow you to decide exactly which parts of the work you want to undertake and how much you want to spend.